Those are my Fritzes. Those are my Fritzes. What are the big birds? These are the babies. This is my Fritz. This is my baby Fritzes. Oh, there's a big bird. Want to say hello? Yes, video blogs can be very annoying sometimes, but you have to kind of put an effort into it. And over here is my cat, my cat Fritzes. This is my baby birds. He's out all hours of the night and he sleeps all day, and he likes to rest on Daddy's chair. Yes, he does. And here's where my workstation is, where I have all my computer stuff, where I work. Down here is my basement. You'll get to see all the cool stuff. This is all my action figure collection. But right now, we're going to drop my youngest off at daycare, who just ran away outside. Okay. I'll turn off the Xbox. I never really get to use my Xbox for playing video games anymore since you have kids. It's used for Netflix or YouTube. So I'm going to drop my youngest off here to school, daycare, because my oldest has already gone to school. And we'll come back and have a little chat, see what's going on today. It's raining outside, there's not much to do. Maybe clean up the house, relax a little bit, watch a little YouTube, get a little inspiration. Alright, so I'm going to head out and I'll be back. Hi everyone, how are all of you guys today? So what am I up to today? Well, I'm just here. I got my laptop in front of me, and I am going to be looking for some places to start doing my urban exploration channel. Now, I don't know if any of you out there believe in ghosts. If you want me to be honest with you, I actually do believe in spirits, active spirits, well, ghosts. And I've become a kind of addicted to watching paranormal TV shows. And we don't have, we don't use any kind of cable service here. We just have like the basic package so that we can get our high-speed internet and unlimited, mind you. And we're just a Netflix and Google family. That's the only two applications that we use to watch all of our movies and videos and stuff. Or we rent on occasion, but sometimes it ends up coming on Netflix anyway. So with that said, we're on Netflix is very limited. I've already probably seen everything that's just recently started getting added on, and I watch everything on YouTube. And I like to thank those people who put those videos on YouTube, even though it's technically still illegal according to the description that they have in their what you can and cannot do policy. But I get to watch a lot of paranormal TV shows, documentaries, other like ghost adventures with Zach Baggins and his crew, and also with Nick Grohl, who just separated from Ghost Adventures and has his own show, which is Paranormal Lockdown. So I'm pretty knowledgeable of all the paranormal stuff, because I must have watched every episode of the Ghost Adventures up to date, maybe about 5 to 10 times, depending. I put it on to help me go to sleep at night. I know, it's kind of weird, huh? So what I want to start getting into is try not only the urban exploration, but also find places that may have paranormal activity. Now, I don't have any of the tools, all these technical gadgets and everything that these people have, but I am going to be at least investing in getting a decent handheld digital recorder to use for EVPs. Also, if I can get my hands on something like an EMF reader for the electromagnetic fields, which those are supposed to give off, if you haven't known. And these would be the basic tools that I would use to kind of at the beginning to try and see if there's any paranormal activity, and also try to get it visually. Now, unfortunately, the camera that I'm using right now is not one of the best cameras. And if you go to like a Radio Shack, which here doesn't exist anymore, it used to be called Best Buy, or Best Buy, which bought out Future Shop here. I don't want to go into all detail, but I bought it from Best Buy, and didn't realize at the time what I should have been looking for, which was something with infrared night vision. Instead, I settled for this one here, which is a, let me just turn this back, it says on the side, a Canon Vixia MFR 500. I don't know what it is, but I bought it anyway because there was a couple of features on there that I thought that I could use, but it was more for sound, and that's the most important thing for me, which I'm going to have to invest in, is getting proper sound equipment, at least remote mics and stuff like that, because that's one of the things that I have frustration with when people create videos. And even if it's the best stuff, then I'm enjoying it. It's just my only little pet peeve is audio is so important when you want to do stuff where you have to be listening and you want your audience to see it as well. And a lot of these paranormal shows that I watch, you can barely hear them talk, and then all of a sudden they get close to the camera and they're like super loud, and they're like, "Oh, did you hear that?" And I'm like, "No, because your audio is crap." And I know you probably can't afford an audio guy to, be specifically for the sound, because he goes around with a boom mic and he's recording your audio separately from your video, but you're getting the high quality sensitive sound that's collecting everything from off the expensive mic. So with all that being said, I just love leading off on bullshit. I'm going to be using Google Maps. And what I do is use with Google Maps is I pinpoint and target locations that I research. So I build up, basically I add pins to my map, and I can add information to that pin. And Google will create a list on the side for me of all the places that I can go and click and whatnot. And I use this as a guide for locations that I'm going to visit. And one of the places that I want to visit is the Mount Royal Cemetery. It is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in here in Quebec at least. I don't know about the rest of Canada. I remember hearing one of the other guys that I watch on YouTube, I don't know if I should say his name, not that I mind, but these guys great content, but he's in Ottawa and he visited one of his cemeteries and he said it was the largest in Canada. I don't know, so it could be kind of hard to believe, but we're gonna have to see that. So I'm going to be visiting Mount Royal Cemetery. I used to go up there with my friends early in the morning, we'll just say with bad hangovers, and we would just go there to chill and relax and talk and stuff, and some guys would have a cigarette while we're chilling up, actually maybe even open up a beer or two. I don't know, we were young, we were crazy, and we didn't really give a shit. But we would go to the Mount Royal Cemetery and just hang out, and we would go up and say, hey, let's go up and look at all the tombs that they have up there. And they're like, oh, they're all cool and everything, spooky. So we just go up and hang out. We'd never go up there at night because usually it's locked after 6 or 8, depending on the time of the season, which I had to look into as well because some cemeteries are not open on the weekends. Mount Royal Cemetery is, and like I said, depending on the season, you can go, it closes earlier or later. Right now it's closing, I think it closes anywhere from 6 to 8, I can't remember, I have to double check. But I'm going up there, and I want to go and take photos and put them up on my Pinterest and Instagram or whatever other social media sites that I can post them, Facebook channel too, and of course do some urban exploring. Take some videos of all the cool tombs that are there, and maybe, you never know, may catch something paranormal-ish if we can. I know it's difficult to do it during the day, so there might be a possibility if I can sneak in and stay overnight, that would be cool. The only thing is, I don't like going in places by myself, just in case that there's some crazy lurking around in the graveyard and come out and attack me. Usually I like to go with somebody. So if there's somebody out there that would like to join me this coming weekend, now you have to live in Quebec, unfortunately, and you would have to live in Montreal or the surrounding area, depending on how far you want to travel. Now, if it's one of you big guys out there who have your own channel, again, I'm not going to say anything yet who these people are, just because I don't want to take any credit for their work. But again, these guys inspired me to do this. So if you people out there who are watching this video, if you would want me now to do an overnight, let me know in the comments. If I have to do it by myself, I'll do it by myself. I don't know if I would do it all nighter, but I would go there at night and do the witching hour for maybe some paranormal activity. So if you want to see me go, I'll go, even if I have to go by myself. The only one thing is that these few times that I'm going to be going to the cemetery, I'm going to scope out the area, and I'm going to look for places where that, if need be, I can enter and exit without any problems. I do not want to get stuck in there, and I don't want to get caught. And I'm pretty sure there's security that goes around there. Now, this place is pretty massive. It's not like, there's lots of roads. It goes on for miles, and you can get easily lost in there. But I don't want to get stuck in there. So I'm going to go there a few times and check out the place. I want to, familiarize myself with it. It's been a long time since I've been there, and I'm going to see what I can get for you. Now, with that said, there are many other locations. Now, I'm going to be doing most of probably Montreal, around here in Lavaltrie, or any place in Quebec. Now, there are some places that there actually is not haunted. It could be haunted. There is actually a place that's 8 hours from here. It's upper north Quebec, and apparently there is a ghost town that was abandoned, pretty much like the one that if you ever watch Urban Exploration, again, it's related to these guys that I've been following. They've been there numerous times at this abandoned ghost town. But this one was something related to the lumber mill or something like that. I have to get my history a little straight on this one for you guys when I do go visit this place. I need to find out so that it still exists, that they haven't torn it down. Because I don't want to drive out there 8 hours and 8 hours back. I just don't want to drive 8 hours and go out there and find out that there's nothing and they tore it all down. So these are some of the things that I'm researching and looking into. It's very difficult to find these locations unless Wikipedia doesn't have it, because the kind of rule of thumb is with urban exploration is that when you post your videos or your photos and stuff like that, you don't reveal the locations, because you don't want vandals to go there and destroy the property. Usually these locations, we go there to see these places for the, the history of the building, what nature can do to it when you leave things alone for long periods of time. It's just the whole natural occurrence of what goes on with these buildings when you leave them alone, and what can happen to them. You don't know. You're kind of creating the history as you go through these buildings or these cemeteries, and you're looking at it, and you're trying to determine, well, what were these people doing? And that's the whole fascination about urban exploration, is you're creating a story about what was really going on in these places, what were they using it for, how did they live, all these things. And if and the best thing is if you have facts to back these things up, it kind of gives you an even greater idea of how these people lived or worked and what they did, and whether it's a big factory or anything. And that's the other cool thing is too. I know I lived in Montreal most of my life, and I just recently moved out here in Lavaltrie in the wooded urban area, very quiet. Then I got away from the city because I wanted to raise a family, and I didn't want to be in the bustle of the city. But while I was living there, I had done a lot of urban exploration. I never had a video camera. We were mostly hanged out with guys who were taggers, and we just go tag buildings. And now most of these buildings that we did explore are all converted into condos now. And that's the one thing in Montreal is happening, is that there's condos exploding everywhere. But there was a lot of locations that you could explore, and now they're slowly going away. But there are some places that I know of, factories and whatnot, old factories that I know where they are, and I'm going to try and get to these as well. And I'm hoping that all these cool videos that I'm going to create for you guys is something that you're going to enjoy watching and follow and help support the channel. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I kind of been doing a gaming channel, which I'm slowing away from because it's something that requires a lot of time sitting in one spot, and I don't like to be moving, and I need to lose the weight because I spend my whole entire life working behind a desk doing graphic design and whatnot, and I want to get into something that's going to make me more active. And that's why this vlog is basically me talking to you and sharing you my ideas and my life story and things that come up. And also, give you an idea of what I'm going to be working on in the future for my other channel. So, if you're not following me on my Twitter channel, which is going to be more updated, or my Facebook or whatever that I'm using, you can always come to this channel to kind of catch up on the latest video to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on my next videos for the BernieP TV channel. And again, with that said, the reason why I created these channels, it was not just only for that and the love of wanting to do urban exploration, but it's something that has been needed for me to motivate myself. I've been in a bit of a slump where I've been having a hard time because it's been very difficult for finding jobs and work here in Quebec because of me not knowing French. Now I don't want to go into the whole logistics or the politics of language barriers and stuff like that, but it's becoming very difficult, and it's putting kind of a strain on me, and I figured that this would be something that would occupy my mind, distract me, and also get me out there and moving around, meet people, because I have a tendency to be a little offish on socializing because of this. So this is another reason why. So I don't want you guys to feel pity for me, so you should be watching. No, you're gonna watch my videos because you like my shit. Okay, plain and simple. And I do have some experience working with doing videos and stuff like that. Not only because I just do gaming videos, but I'm always like I could do CG, I could do special effects, things like that, and I want to be able to use these things to my advantage, making great video content for all you out there. And I think I can. I think I can achieve that, but I need your help though. Okay. And another reason why I also need your help is because of the new policy change that YouTube has made, where we can't monetize any of our videos until we get 1,000 views, 10,000 views. Sorry. So not like it was before when you signed up, you created a channel. You needed to get authorized, and once you're authorized for your AdSense and stuff like that, and you get it all linked up, you're ready to go right away to monetize all your content. Now they're like, no. We are going to see how well your channel is going to do, and if you can get at least 10,000 views, we'll determine whether or not if you're eligible for getting monetization. Basically meaning that if we think your content is not violent or sexually explicit or cussing or whatever reason they determine the value of your content, will determine whether or not you get monetization for your videos on that channel. Now you can go apply again in 30 days, they said in the reading, but I was like spending hours trying to get my channels hooked up to my AdSense because I have it all linked together with another my other channels, and it was just not working. There was not even like an explanation saying, well, you know, this is not working because of this. Go to this link and read it. And it was only researching it that I found a YouTube page that explained that on this certain date these policies had changed, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my cup of tea, and I'm going to continue to start searching here, adding some things, and I'm hoping that by this weekend, because today is super shitty outside, it's cold, the sun's out a little bit, but it's been pouring rain all day. But I'm hoping that by this weekend I'm going to have enough information, enough documentation, and things gathered up to start urban exploration and visiting places here in Quebec. There is possibility that I'll be making a trip to the west or the east, Newfoundland. And I'll do all the Maritimes like Manitoba, Saskatchewan. No, not Manitoba. Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, the Maritime area, Halifax, and then Port aux Basques, or Nova Scotia, whatever, and then places in Newfoundland. Now, there's places in Newfoundland. There's a lot of places in Newfoundland that. Okay, well, my battery's dying, so I'll have to cut this video short, but more videos coming. All right, sorry about that, and don't forget to hit that like button. All right, show the love, help support the channel. I need more likes. All right, and more views. All right, guys, thanks. I'll have more videos up for you soon. All right, ciao, Chowbell.